95% of people actually look and read online reviews before making a purchase. So regardless what business you're in, you need to make sure those reviews are up to speed and you have a lot of them and they are for the most part positive. Today, I want to share with you 7 marketing strategies that every business needs in 2024 if you want to outsmart your competition and grow your business faster. So while all these 7 strategies work in a synergistic way, you can actually just implement one of the strategies, any one or two, in isolation, and they will impact your bottom line. So let's get into it. Hi, and welcome to the Founders Go Naked podcast, the show that helps 6-figure high-ticket coaches who hate marketing scale to 7 figures and beyond with great marketing. My name is Terence, and here's my co-host, Debbie.
Hi, everyone. Okay, Terence, tell us about these 7 strategies. I want to know if they are good or not.
So I guess, Debbie, you're really excited to get into it. So let's get into it. So the first thing that I would suggest that every single business owner do is to craft a lead magnet for themselves. So what's a lead magnet?
Oh, I know. This is like a fridge magnet, right?
A lead magnet can be a free report, a checklist, or something that's super valuable that helps your target audience or your ideal customers to actually solve a particular problem or to educate them. For example, if you are like a marketing agency like us, one of the things that we are crafting right now is 10 tips to help you to fill up your webinars. Another lead magnet that we're crafting right now is 10 tips and strategies to make sure that people show up for your webinar. So these are actual valuable tips and strategies that we use in our agency that other people can take it and apply into their own situation so that it helps solve a problem. So have a think, what is the most pressing problem that your target audience needs right now, and create a lead magnet, a free report, or something that helps them to elevate that problem. So why do you need this? First of all, you are giving results in advance. When people download your lead magnet, they are basically saying, well, this guy actually knows something about what he's doing because his tips, his checklist is incredibly awesome, incredibly valuable. So he or she must know something about this particular topic. So that is the key essence of it. And the great thing about lead magnets is that it can help you to build a list. Because as they say in internet marketing, the money is in the list. So we'll cover that in one of the other tips actually. The second strategy is having a VSL.
Can you stop using acronyms? What is a VSL?
For those who don't know, a VSL means a video sales letter. So a video sales letter is basically a value-first video that you put out and gives people a little bit of your solution. And then if they want the full solution, they can then take action on the same page. So your VSL will have a call to action, asking people to book in a consultation, asking people to register or schedule a time to have a chat with one of your consultants that will help them to actually elevate the problem that they have much faster. And that consultation obviously becomes an opportunity to offer a high ticket value. So why do you need a VSL? A VSL is powerful because you as a spokesperson can connect with the prospect using video. And that's very powerful because there are certain things that you cannot build just based on pure text. For example, by watching me on video, number 1, we're building a bit of authority. Number 2, we're building likability, hopefully. And the third thing is we're building familiarity, right? So when people book in that call to talk to you, they don't feel like they're booking a call with a stranger. They actually feel like they know you somewhat, and that's why they're booking the call. So I won't cover how to construct a VSL in this particular podcast because that is too in-depth and will require too much time. I've actually covered the gist of it in another podcast, which we will link to in the show notes below. So make sure you check out the show notes so you can go and watch the episode on VSL, which will cover a little bit about how to construct a VSL. Now, where do you want to put this VSL? So I would suggest the best place to put your VSL is probably on the page after people download your lead magnets. So think about it. They have downloaded a free report from you. Obviously, the reason they downloaded a free report is they have a problem they want solved. Now, on the next page, on your VSL, you say, hey, thanks for downloading my free report. Since you've downloaded my free report, you're probably looking for a solution for this problem. So let me give you a few tips to help you solve the solution faster using the report and checklist that you just downloaded. And then you pivot to offer them a free consultation that will help them to solve their problem even faster. So that's where the VSL comes in, right? The next strategy is having a newsletter. So why do you need a newsletter? Now, remember, if you have that lead magnet, you have a lot of people downloading that lead magnet. And a lot of these people, when they come to the VSL page, they may not sign up for that free consult that you offered them. So guess what? You now have the opportunity to get in touch with them and nurture that relationship through a series of newsletters. And these newsletters we're talking about are email newsletters that you send out on a regular basis. Okay, so every week at least, send out one newsletter. So for us at Radical Marketing, what we do is we will send out a newsletter every week announcing our podcasts or sending them to the YouTube video. If you're watching this on YouTube, we are constantly nurturing and giving value to our email list, which is where we're building likability, we're building that trust so that people in the future, while they may not immediately want that consult, but later on, they may want the consult when they say, oh, this problem is getting really, really big. I need someone to help me solve it. I remember these guys that produce this newsletter that I read from time to time. So let's get in touch with them and see if they can help me out, right? So that's why that newsletter is so important, because you want to build that tribe, that following, and that trust within a bigger and growing list of people. Otherwise, if you email your list now and then, only with offers or only when you want to make a sales pitch, then you lose that trust and you burn your list very quickly. Yes, some people will take action to make purchases, but if you're just sending that list, offers and sign up for my webinar and all that kind of stuff, then you're basically killing your list very fast. So you need to have that good mix between nurturing and making pitches, right? Make sure you make pitches as well. Otherwise, you're not going to make any sales, right? So you need to have a balance of both, right? So that's where these three different strategies come into play together. And then the next step is you need a good sales process or good sales team. Now, you remember all those people who have booked that free consult with you via your VSL and maybe via your newsletter. Now you need a team of people, or at least one person, or even maybe start off with yourself to actually make those one-on-one calls with people who book in. So many times I work with businesses that do not have this sales team down pat, and they expect the marketing to actually bring sales immediately. Yes, marketing can bring some sales, but that is not the main role of marketing. The main role of marketing is to make the salesperson's job easier. This is a very important part of your business, because think of sales and marketing as playing golf. Now, marketing is the long game where you hit the ball as close to possible to the pin on the green. And the sales component is where the putting comes in, right? So the better the marketing, the closer your ball gets to the hole. Ultimately, you still need to make that putt. And that is where the sales team comes in to make that final putt so that people take out their credit card to make that transaction. Now, the fifth strategy for you to consider is to host webinars. Now, why do you want to host webinars? First of all, now that you've got a bigger list, right? You might want to start hosting webinars, because as your list grows and you just email them, yes, some people will respond and they will actually take action to make a purchase with you. But lots of others, they want that interaction with you. They might want to ask questions of you, but they may not want to get on a one-on-one call because they find that too intimidating. They don't want to be sold to. So why not create a value-first webinar where you bring people in from your list to a webinar, maybe once every month, maybe once every quarter, and you give them the latest strategies or the latest solutions that can help them with their problem. What this does is, number one, you build authority. Number two, you engage your list. Number three, you are also making that webinar an opportunity for you to make offers. So as you can see now, how each of these strategies actually work in sync with one another. So having that lead magnet to build that list, that newsletter that nurtures them, and now we're having this webinar that actually gets them to come and engaged and maybe making a purchase. And the next step, I would say, is to create content. That is strategy number 6. So if in 2024, it is more important than ever before to create content. Now, for us, we like to create videos like this, and also simultaneously, this becomes a podcast. So we have video and podcasts done. And then with this videos and podcasts, we broadcast it to our social media channels. And in addition, we also send this to our email list to nurture them so that they know that we're going to send out a value first podcast or video every single week. So they look forward to it, they're nurtured, they get value from it. The other thing is that when people are considering you, they will probably go and check out your social media to find out what you've done and look at your videos so that they know and trust you better, and to assess whether it is going to be a good fit with working with you or purchasing your solution. So that's why you need to create these videos on a regular basis. Now, before you think, wow, that's too much work, remember I just said the strategy before this was to create a value first webinar. So if you're doing this webinar, say every month, why not take that webinar, split it up into like 4 different episodes, shorter videos, put it on YouTube, put it on social media and podcasts, all these different places, so that every month, you're just creating that webinar, and then the content for your content creation is done. And you're emailing your list as well, saying, hey, in this short snippet of my webinar, I actually talk about this. So go ahead and click on it so you can find out more. Again, see how it all can sync up together, right? All these 6 strategies. Now, the final strategy I would say is,
Why not blog posts and SEO?
that's a good question. I think there is room for blog posts and SEO. That's also very important. However, personally, we're not experts in SEO. We do know that writing long pillar posts is good. So what I can suggest is, if you have that webinar, repurpose that webinar into a long form blog post as well. And make sure you consult with an SEO expert so that they can advise you on how to best structure that blog post. Because SEO is a very, very complicated thing for us that are not in the know. You know, there's all these things about you can't have too many blog posts, you can't have too little blog posts, and all that stuff. I'd rather not touch that topic because I cannot really advise on that. We ourselves hire an SEO expert that consults for us and gives us tips and strategies as to what to do and helps us optimize our blog posts, right? So I would suggest you consult with one or go and learn SEO if that is the thing you really want to do. Okay, and the final thing I would say in 2024, what you need is online reviews. Okay, so online reviews are super important nowadays because 95% of people actually look and read online reviews before making a purchase. So regardless what business you're in, you need to make sure those reviews are up to speed and you have a lot of them and they are for the most part positive. Okay, and make sure you address the negative ones in a non-emotional way about how you're fixing that problem that the customer encountered. So one of the things recently, a friend of mine, he runs a dental clinic. I told him hey, you don't have enough reviews. What you need to do is to do something, maybe an ethical bribe, to get people to actually write reviews on Google for you. So he decided, yes, let's give a whitening toothpaste for every person that leaves a good review for them. That's what they did, and their reviews are growing every single day now, and that helps with the SEO as well.
Isn't that bribery?
I would call it an ethical bribe because people need to be prompted, Debbie, in order for them to take action. So if you just ask someone to, hey, could you please leave a good review for me? unless you are very close with the client, chances are they won't leave a good review. So in most cases, you need to actually incentivize them to review your product or your business. Otherwise, you would get either extreme. Either you get really good 5-star reviews or you get like really angry customers that review you. You want to get as many reviews as possible, even 3 stars, 4 stars, that's fine. But this is the way to do it. Otherwise, you won't get too many reviews at all. So thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Now, previously in our podcast, we talked a lot about webinars and focused strongly on webinars. But we realized that a lot of our listeners are not necessarily interested in doing webinars, or they may not realize the importance of having webinars as part of the marketing mix. So moving forward, what we're going to do is we're going to talk more about digital marketing and marketing strategies that can help businesses to succeed. So I hope that will help many more of you to actually get more value from this podcast, so that we're not too pigeonholed into just webinars. And whether you're a coach or whether you run some other business, you can all get more value from this podcast. So thank you so much for watching.
Oh, we forgot one more thing, Terence. So if you're a high-ticket coach looking to create a high-converting VSL funnel, watch the video on the screen or click the link in our show notes. I'm sure you'll find it valuable.
Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.